This drink comes from the Cafe Adelaide in New Orleans. Very fancy place for a very fancy actress. Liz Taylor is probably the most A-list actress that has ever been in one of our movies. You know, like we usually have like a John Carradine, you know, or
best friend of Michael Jackson.
Yeah, exactly. John Carradine?
Liz Taylor.
Oh, Liz Taylor. Yeah, is it John Carradine? Yeah, Liz Taylor is important. She was married to Larry Fortensky. That's when I was reading the Inquirer. I remember that era.
I always wanted a man who had long hair like Larry Fortensky.
The little wisps of hair.
I got one.
Yeah.
This is more like a Roddy Piper wannabe.
Oh, he was definitely. He was working on her house, and she's like, you know, I've only been married 7 times or 6 times, you know. So anyway, this is Liz Taylor's Giallo, kind of, sort of, F Giallo.
This is a pretty drink.
This is a really pretty drink. After the last drink, after you drank an egg, I've taken you through hell to get you to heaven. And this is a pretty drink. This is the Liz Taylor. This is 1.5 ounces of Absolut Citron. Fancy, expensive. 1/2 ounce, triple sec. 1/2 ounce for the color, the balls, the blue curacao. 0.5 ounces, 1/2 ounce of actual lemon juice. Look, there's even a lemon.
He squeezed it.
I squeezed it myself. And then
the OG.
The ounce of cranberry juice. It's the original cranberry juice. Don't take any substitutes. If there's an apple in your cranberry juice, you're getting shit on. Don't do it. Anyway, put all these in a shaker. Shake it up. Think about Richard Burton. Think about Eddie Fisher. And then
Larry Fortensky.
Larry Fortensky. Drink it up. Here we go. I can't remember all her husbands. Do you think she could remember all her husbands?
No.
I can barely remember all these
However,
movies.
Richard Burton, he bought her that diamond that was like...
Oh, yeah.
That massive diamond that there was only one of in the world or something.
Yeah. They were in some good movies together, too. Mm-hmm. She made this movie as she was getting divorced from him. So,
maybe she had to give back the diamond.
In case you're wondering why this is so disjointed, you'll find out. Anyway, shake this one up. Tonight we're not using ice. We're using ice, but the ice isn't going into the drink because we're getting fancy. We're taking this like you're actually going to a fancy restaurant. That's getting really cold. You want your hand to hurt so you can feel the pain that Liz felt. All right, here we go. You're gonna pour this in. Isn't it beautiful?
Like a fountain.
Yeah. Look at that. It feels like I'm like somewhere in Europe being fancy. Like, oh yes. Oh, hi Liz. Hi Richard.
You're in Monongahela.
I'm in Monongahela. What a beautiful smell. We've done it. Pazuzu, we've done it. We've had 3 cocktails tonight. The last one nearly broke us. This one will bring our spirits back together. This is for Liz Taylor, who I always made fun of because the last 10 years of her life, she was always on the Inquirer. Sad last days of Liz. And the sad last days never happened. Then they did, and I felt bad.
That's what you should have called it.
Sad last days. Oh, that's a great name for a drink. Sounds like a Pentagram song, doesn't it? These are going to be my last days here if I keep drinking like this. Anyway, let's take a sip. Pazuzu. Oh my gosh, that is lovely. I have done it. I have achieved drink perfection, I think, for once. And thank you to my wife for coming along with this. Thank you, fans of the Driving This Island Double Feature, for coming along with this. Let's get ready for some Identikit. Pazuzu, y'all.